Well, with all this talk about Nord Stream 2 this week, we thought, hey, what better place to close out the week than right where it makes landfall in Germany? That is Lubmin, and Silvia joins us now live from Lubmin in Germany. Silvia, talk us through where you are, what's behind you, and where Germany stands right now in its certification review of the pipeline.
That's right. Let me show you the pipeline, or at least part of it, that everybody is talking about, including over the last few weeks. Nord Stream 2 is behind me. This is where this controversial energy project makes its first point of contact with land here in the north of Germany, in this coastal town of Lubmin, which is about a 3-hour or so drive from Berlin. And the pipeline runs for 1,200 kilometers all the way from Russia through the Baltic Sea, and it is meant to provide 55 billion cubic meters of natural gas to Europe every year. Now, one of the big question marks is what this pipeline will mean for the energy crisis that Europe is facing at the moment. Some experts out there are concerned that this would be just a short-term solution. And in fact, Bank of America said in a note that if you were to fill 50% of the capacity of Nord Stream 2 between now and the end of the year, that would only help with about half of all of Europe's inventory shortfalls. So indeed, it could be a solution for the short term, but then in the medium and long term, there are questions as well about what sort of energy mix does the EU want going forward. And that is a big question that the heads of state will address next week in Brussels when they gather for a summit. Now, it's also important to look at the economic argument behind Nord Stream 2. There's quite a lot of comparisons between this pipeline and the one that goes through Ukraine for obvious reasons. But experts say that this is a more efficient route. Vladimir Putin has mentioned that as well during the panel with Hadley early this week, because it is a shorter route compared to the one that goes through Ukraine. It is more modern and therefore cheaper to maintain. And some calculations that I saw yesterday in a paper that the European Parliament put together, if you were to refurbish or if you were to build a new pipeline via Ukraine, that would be a lot more expensive than what Nord Stream 2 has been. It is meant to have cost about 10 billion euros, I should say. So indeed, when it comes to the economic argument, it makes sense to have Nord Stream 2. But of course, we cannot forget about the geopolitics. There's a lot of controversy there. And when it comes to this actual pipeline, we're still waiting for regulatory approval from Germany before this gas pipeline can actually start providing natural gas to Europe, Juliana.